Right everybody, I need to speak to you about a few things. I hope you can see me. Right, now, as you can see, I'm in an abandoned building again. It is abandoned, it's not private, and I'm not trespassing, no matter what you say. Right, I've checked this place out, it's been empty for a number of years, nobody owns it, it's not even up for sale. Right, I'm not even smashing it up, peeling corners or doing anything like that, anything you accuse me of doing, because I'm one of them. Right, this is why I've had to come over and prove this to you, because I'm not having it. Now see that there everybody, trespassers will be prosecuted. That's false information. Because you can't be prosecuted under criminal law for trespass. It's a civil offence. It's a civil matter, it's not even an offence. Yeah, trespassers will be prosecuted. The paperwork won't even reach the CPS for prosecution. The police are not going to take you up to the station and arrest you for it. You're not going to be booked in. So you can't prosecute anybody for trespassing. That is false. It's also an offence to have that up. Yeah, you're not meant to be putting stuff up like that on your fences. Yeah, you can say trespassers will be removed or asked to leave the property, but you can't say trespassers will be prosecuted, because you can't be prosecuted for it. It's a civil matter. See how people think, oh, you're on private land. It's got things on the fences saying trespassers will be prosecuted. No cop has got to nick you for being on there. It's public money that they prosecute you with. Yeah? No CPS would do it. If the police were to arrest you, right, and then send the paperwork in, because don't forget, the police are not the ones that charge you, it's the CPS. If the police were to say, we found this man on that bit of land with that sign there, we want to prosecute him, the CPS will say, we're not going to prosecute him, because you can't be prosecuted for it. It's a civil matter. It's just a scare technique. If I was to go in there now, and the landowner was to come up and say, hey, you get off my land, and I would say, get out of it, you, I'm not going friggin' nowhere. That then becomes criminal trespass, because you're being asked to leave and you've refused. If you then attack the person who owns the land, or throw a stone at him, or break a window, that's aggravated trespass under criminal law. If I walk in there and he sees me and asks me to leave and I go, okay, that's the friggin' end of it. Hello everybody, hope you're alright. I'm just going to interrupt a little rant there in the abandoned building. I'm just going to show you something. While I'm putting this together, I want you to see it. I want you to see that I'm doing it, right? So you'll see this in the video, right? Now this bit here, this is from a forum regarding MANX law, right? See what it says there? You can only be prosecuted for trespass if you've done one of them there at the bottom, see? You can't be prosecuted for walking across someone's land. It's just so people are aware of what they're saying when it comes down to trespass. I've just seen some stuff there. The fella there's just turned around and said, so if it's got trespassers can be prosecuted written on the gate, it's what? The fella said it's meaningless. Doesn't mean a bloody thing. You might as well put down on the sign, I had carrot and spuds with a freaking jack of potato last night. It doesn't mean nothing. But, as it says there, if you go onto that land and you commit an offence or smashing something up, it then becomes criminal trespass, or trespass then kicks in. What does it say there? Yet the police can't really get involved for simple trespass. Clear as day to all the egos out there now. This fella doesn't know what he's talking about. Does it say that in the next bit it says, unless it's for big fellas with egos, then it's a different story? Does it? No, even those with big posh cars and walk around with pullovers on because they've got a business thinking that they're better than you. That's all he is. But I'm a big criminal thug for walking on private land. That's where you can go down the Albert Dock. That's private land, but it's still open to the public. So you use all trespassers then, do you? The ones who would give me this. You want to look at what you're saying. That's it. And the landowner's even got a duty of care for health and safety as you as a trespasser. Unreal. Do you know in Scotland there is no trespassing rules, you can walk where you want. Because it's a free world, live freely. Stop being all rule bound. You must have been good as gold in school, eh fellas? Top of the class have been, prim and proper, get out of it. Right, MANX laws, you can be fined for knowingly trespassing. Okay, so if you knew that you were going to go to an abandoned building and smash it up, you're knowingly trespassing. If you knew that you were going to go in there and remove a piece of a tractor, you're knowingly trespassing. I can understand why you can be fined for that, because you're knowingly doing a criminal offence. So the minute you go onto the land, trespass doesn't start until you commit an offence. One of the aforementioned. Yeah? So you've got two fellas in the same building, they don't know each other. One man goes up there, walks through the door because it's accessible, like that fella did. He walks in, walks around, touches nothing, breaks nothing and walks back out. He can't be trespassed because he's committed no offences. He's walked in, walked out. Yeah? If the next day another man goes up there with the intent and knowingly that he was going to go in there and rob something, smash something up or steal something off that tractor, then he can be fined, and he should be, for knowingly going up there to trespass and to commit knowingly offences. Get it? He knows what he's doing. You know what you were doing, fella? You should have been in there and you were doing that. There's your fine. What did you do, fella? I just took a couple of photographs off and said, oh, alright, out. Right? Knowingly. And if you went on to somewhere that was knowingly trespassing, constable comes up to you, thank you very much, sir, for running up that farmer's path to get to the farmer's house to ring 999 in a very serious car accident that's just happened behind us. Thank you very much for getting in touch with the emergency services and getting us here nice and quick to save these people's lives. But by the way, since you knowingly went up to the pharmacy to ask them to use the phone, you're now going to get a fine of 400 quid. Oh dear. Yes, they do. That means they have to have their property sealed to stop a 2-year-old kid running in there and going through a floor. So the onus isn't on the trespasser, it's on the landowner. Anyway, what I want to say as well is this, is that any professional airbexer out there that does this, right, we'll be the first people that will turn around and say to you that we can fully understand when somebody gets found in an abandoned building. We think it's abandoned, and obviously it's not. And then, you know, the owner comes along and doesn't want you in there and screams and shouts. We totally get it. We totally get that. That's why we leave straight away, because we couldn't handle somebody tracing through our garden every 5 friggin' minutes. You know, we have the same feelings as you. So that's why we can understand it. That's why any decent airbags will go, no worries mate, we're leaving. And we'll leave straight away. If it was a gang of criminal thugs that you blame me of being, they'd be in there smashing it up. And if you told them to leave, they'd tell you to get lost. They'd probably go for you. We fully understand, proper airbexers, professional airbexers fully understand how annoying it must be to have people tracing through your property every 5 minutes to go and look at your old back shed. If they're all decent airbexers and you say, get off my land, I'm sick of you lot, they'll leave. Because we understand what it's like to have people tracing through your garden or tracing through your property to look at something. Right? 5 lads committing criminal offences and smashing buildings up, I'm not going to be asked about you. So if you see somebody on your property and you go, hey, excuse me, you shouldn't be here, you go, okay, no worries, we'll leave. And you go, well, why are you here? Oh, we could just come to take some photographs. Look at what they're wearing. Look at what they've got on their hand. And make that distinction. Yeah, listen, The decent ones, they're not the thugs that go in smashing it up, so I can relax a little bit and I'll just ask them to leave. Also, while you're asking them to leave, use your heads. If you're a landowner or a property owner, if they look decent and you make that distinction that they are one of the decent ones, that might put a video up on YouTube. You've had the best security in there for an hour, work with them. Say to them, listen, do us a favour while you're here. Can you tell me how to get that sealed up properly? And they'll tell you. They'll help you do it. You can also turn around and say, don't, you know, I don't mind you putting your video up if you've made a video with the place, but don't be giving the location out. And we won't. We don't give our locations away to other urbexers. See, listen, can you spread the word within your community not to be coming up here? And they'll knock it on the head. From coming out all angry. Somebody taking some nice photographs compared to 5 lads who've been in there smashing it up. Make the distinction. Work with us. The police do it now all the time over here. So the police over here are fantastic when it comes down to urbexers. I tell you, amazing. Because they watch what we do. They enjoy what we do. The decent ones of us, and there's plenty of us. So make that distinction. Help us out. How's the best way to seal this, fellas? How did you get in? Yeah, we got in like this. Right, help us seal it. Alright, then we will. And they'll help you. It's like boom, pouncing on them. And go for farmers and all things like that. One criminal doesn't go out on its own to smash up a abandoned building. They go out in groups. One fellow wearing this, a YouTube top, and a fancy camera, it's not up there for that reason, is it? So you go up to him and say, listen, you shouldn't be in here, but while you're here, can you do this for us? Yeah, of course we will. What? You'd be surprised. Tell ya. Anyway, yeah, back to the video. If I was to come into a property like this that's old and abandoned, right, only the landowner can ask you to remove you. Not the building owner or the building manager or the caretaker or somebody down the street who think you answer to them, right? Only the landowner, right? If I'm walking around here doing that, right, and the landowner comes up to me and he says, can you leave my property please? And I go, yeah, okay. That's it. Right? Because trespass is not a criminal offence, it's a civil matter. Right? That's the law. Not what you say, right? That's the law, right? Now, I'm not saying this to everybody because a lot of people watching my channel know exactly what I'm doing. I'm saying this to the ones who give me the shitty comments, right? Now, if I was to come in here and the landlord was to come up to me and turn around and say, get off my land, and I was to say, no, get lost, I'm not going nowhere, that then becomes criminal trespass, right? You can only be criminally trespassed, right, when you do something like I've just said like that, or come in here and start smashing windows and doors. That then becomes criminal trespass, right? So before people start labelling me and others that I'm a criminal for coming in here and smashing up, get your facts right, because you're just uneducated in it, and it pees me off. This is why I picked up my camera, to stop people with crappy ass comments who do not know what they're talking about. I've got police officers watching my channel, 49 of them, 4 of them are inspectors, so that puts you right in your place straight away, shuts you down straight away. Right? I've not broken into a building in my life, and if I find anybody, the police will be the first to know, and I've done it many times. I've been caught in places like this by the police. The police say, what are you doing? I'm an urban explorer. The police don't even ask you your name anymore because it's a civil matter. And I've had coppers going around places like this with the cameras out while they're in uniform. Are they one of them? You're one of them that you label. Because what you see is you see a gang of lads coming to a building like this and smashing it up. Right? And then you might see me coming in the day after with £1,000 worth of recording equipment and YouTube plastered all over me. Of course I'm going to go in there and smash it up, aren't I? I'm abiding by YouTube regulations, I'm abiding by the law, not your law in your bubble, where you can, I feel good about myself now. No, criminal trolling is a criminal offence which carries a 6-month prison sentence. Right? I'm not breaking any laws by doing this. None whatsoever, no matter what your egos might tell you, or no matter what you've heard. Right? So please stop them nasty comments, because I'll just sue you. I've got your email, remember? It's dead easy for me to do. I go around showing historic things. Right? Scott's just coming in now, you've found a few bits, haven't you? It's amazing, isn't it?
This place is insane.
Now, nobody owns this property. Now, let me make you understand the word abandoned. Because when I say to people say to me, you shouldn't be in there, it's private property, you're trespassing. Well, you can't trespass if it's abandoned. It's in the word. I do my research, you just don't turn up at somebody's property and expect me to be able to walk around. Right? It's like a pillbox you get in a field in the Second World War. It's abandoned. It's in the word. It's abandoned. So you can't be prosecuted for trespass anyway, and you can't be called a trespasser on an abandoned building. And that's how you fall short with your nasty little comments, because you're uneducated in what you're saying, right? Now everybody that watches my channel knows what I'm talking about, and they've been watching me for a long time, including police officers, right? When you give me nasty comments and call me a criminal for coming into places like this, you're the criminal according to the law, because you're criminally trolling somebody and calling them out on something that you and your ego thinks you're right. Because of course I was born in 1973 to answer to you and your comments, wasn't I? You can pull up outside here now in your car and get your phone out and come in here and you can record it. Does that make you a criminal? You can get your phone out and walk from the sea terminal to Summerland, but your phone recording, that's urban exploring. You can do the same thing. If a cop was to find me in here now, or you were to ring up and say, I've just found a fella in this building, right, and he's trespassing, what do you expect the copper to do? Because no copper's going to come up and arrest me for it. The paperwork won't even leave the police station, because you won't go to the police station in the handcuffs, because they will not arrest you for it. It's trespass under civil, not criminal, right? So get that mindset out your heads that he's in a property, he shouldn't be in it, it's private land, he's a criminal. Because you're way off the mark. Way off the mark. I'm on a professional channel. I know what I'm doing. You just attack people. And that's your little world, is it? You know what I mean? I'll sit here and I'll swallow it and I'll feel good about myself in my own skin because I've told him now that he's a criminal and I said so. Well, ram it up, you prick. It's as simple as that. Pees me off, mate. You know, this is why I picked up the camera, to stop that narrative. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. You might like that. And you always seem to get middle-aged, pot-bellied men who think the world owed them a bleeding favour. The type of fellas that sit there all bleeding day with a paper in their hand, grumpy old idiots with egos who think you were born to answer to them. So before you start labelling me as a criminal, and a criminal trespasser, and a thug, and someone that goes in and smashes buildings up, stick your head back up your ass and frig off. Because I'm sick of it with people. Sick of it. Right, I've got children watching my channel as well, right? I've got families who watch my channel with kids in it, right? The police officers who watch my channel, half of them are from Manchester, they've got kids who watch my channel. That's why I don't swear on my videos. I just did now, but I can believe them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I've got URBEXER'S tattooed to the side of my neck because I'm passionate about it, right? I'm not passionate with URBEXER'S on my neck going and smashing a bleeding sink up or a mirror, am I? No. I come in here to show you the little trinkets that I left. Because it's interesting and people want to see them. So picture you and your wife or your husband walking down the road by yours, even over here in the Isle of Man, right? And you see an old building and you say, oh, look at that, Frank, our Julie got christened in there, what, 25 years ago? I know, girl, yeah, I wonder what it's like in there now. Well, I'll go in and show you. There's no smashing up, there's no peeing in corners, there's no setting fire to things, right? There's no graffiti, there's no breaking in, there's none of that. It's just you with your comments. Yeah, I told him now, look, I feel pacified living in my own skin. And that's all you've got. So see the difference between a criminal trolley and somebody with a bleeding camera in their hand showing people decent stuff. See the difference? See who's the criminal? You. You. There's the legislation on it. Right, if I'm in here and I find a kid in here, or a gang of lads and he's smashing it up, I'll turf them out the frigging door. And I've done that a good few times. When I've done that, the police have turned up, I've recorded the little get smashing the place up, and I've gone out and said, I come to man the one that won you. Alright mate, who are you? So I'm Dave, I'm the urbex explorer. Written all over me top with £1,000 worth of kit. I've gone up to my band, I built to smash a sink. Do you know what I mean? Because they say so. Yeah. You know what I mean? Egotistic people. Yeah. People that are uneducated in it. Yeah. And then when they type it, they sit back and go, yeah, I told him now, look. And that's the little world.
Yeah.
And you don't know what they're talking about.
No.
You just don't. When I've made videos in the Isle of Man, I've had so many fantastic, really good comments. Really good comments. I've actually brought people together in the Isle of Man who haven't seen each other for over 30 years and now they're talking together again. That's why I do it. I don't do it to smash things up. Right? But when I've been called by a police officer and I've took them out and said, yeah, these little getting in their office are smashing it up. When they've been put in the van and handcuffed because they're the criminals that you blame me of being, by labelling me. When they've been carted off down to the police station then because they're the criminal thugs that you think I am, the cops then come into the building with me and go around with their phones. Are they one of them? Are they criminals? Do you know what I mean? It's just enjoy the videos. It's as simple as that. Just enjoy the video. I'm trying to show you a bit of MANX history. Right? And I say this as well to the arm, I can stab them very. While I'm over here the next few days, if I find anybody smashing up on the building and anything untoward, you'd be the first to know. Right? I found cannabis farms, reported it. I've had podcasts live on radio 4 times. Been in the paper 4 times. But see the difference between me and you now. And you are getting told, whether you like it or not, whether your ego likes it or not. This is what I do, whether you like it or not. Simple as that. If you go for a walk with your dog and you get your phone out and you take a nice photograph of the background with the sea there, that's urban exploring. You're doing the same bleeding thing. It's exactly the same. You know, but what you automatically do, you see it, you watch the video.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Against it,
oh, watch this looks interesting. Oh, look at that little scumbag.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then they leave a crappy comment.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, I told him now. He's a criminal, I told that man. Yeah. But when you look at the law and everything else, they are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Right? It has changed a little bit this year, the trespass laws and certain things. Right? But the only places you can be criminally prosecuted instantly on military sites, hospitals, power stations, MOD sites, anything like that. Not a crappy shit building like this. Who gives a crap? No one, only you. Told them. Do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. But I've had to say this as well because I've had so many lovely comments about the work that I've done in the Isle of Man. I have. I've never had any bad words from a woman on the comments. They've always thanked me, God, that was good, thank you much for going in there and showing us and all that. But then you get your middle-aged men who think they're God. You know what I mean? And the reason why they do that, because they're uneducated, they don't want to listen, it's their rule only. You know what I mean? What I say goes, and I'll carry on reading my bleeding paper. So I just want us to say that now to the people who do watch my channel regularly. You know me. You know I don't break into anywhere, never broke into anywhere in my life. That's why it's so thingy to me, you see, because I couldn't go home and sit in my house after 6 months and having load. I've got a catalogue of 400 videos, right? I couldn't go back 2 years and look at a set of videos and go, I broke into that, and broke into that one, broke into that one, smashed on.
We've been to buildings before where we couldn't get in and we've just left.
I just left. I couldn't live with
You record the outside of it and on you go.
Yeah, I always record going to when I bang the building. You never see it on the video, but I record me going up to the building, go round it and see if I can try and get in. If I can't get in, there's no point in showing you. But what I do, I keep the clips in case the police come knocking on my door. When they come knocking on my door, I say, yeah, yeah, officer, look, I didn't break in. Oh yeah, and I'm recognised for that. Right, I'm recognised for that. I couldn't sit there now and look back at my videos 2 years ago and say I broke into all these buildings. I couldn't live with myself, my arse goes through the floor. I couldn't do it. I want a nice clean channel. Right? Now, Time Team, you know Time Team from the telly, they could walk up here now, get over the little crappy fence there, walk in here and come in here and do exactly what I'm doing. Because they're allowed to. If only it's an abandoned building. Yeah, but you can't go in there. It's private, lad. It's private land. You get trespassed and everything. It's abandoned. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
You know, I've had people saying to me, you can't go on that land there, mate. You're going to get done for trespass. And you look at the building, it's got no roof on it. It's all burnt out. Half the wall on one side's gone. Do you know what I mean? There's no fences around the front of it. Your dog and cat can come walking. But because you've stepped onto that, you're automatically a criminal trespasser. But there's no such thing as a criminal trespasser unless you commit the offence or an offence in the building to make it become criminal, right? You can't trespass the eyes. Because if you can trespass the eyes, you can say to someone, don't look there, or don't look over here, can you? You can't trespass the eyes. Yeah, you can't trespass criminally for walking in here and having a look around and walking back out again. It's ridiculous. You sound ridiculous. You're being ridiculous, right? If you're driving down the road and you come to a car crash and there's a mother and a couple of kids in it, but you left your mobile phone in the house, and you think, Jesus, what am I going to do here to get the emergency service up? Yeah, there's a farm up there with a big road going up to it. I'll go and ask them to use the phone. If you get to the end of that path, or their road leading up to the farm, and says, private property, trespassers will be prosecuted. How are you going to get up to the farm? You're going to go, oh, I can't go up there and ring that ambulance for them people in that car who might be passing away at the minute, because I might get prosecuted for criminal trespass. You see, gentlemen, in that type of situation, that could be an 80 or a 90-year-old pensioner at the bottom of that lane who's seen that car crash with the kiddies in it and the mum, who doesn't really understand too much about the law or trespass, and gets to the end of that farmer's path and sees that he will be prosecuted, so he automatically thinks it's a law. So then he ignores it anyway and knowingly goes up to use the farmer's phone. The farmer comes out and the farmer is an angry head. He's not bothered about the children in the car, in the crash down the bottom of his path. He's more interested in prosecuting this 80-year-old man for coming up and banging on his door at 2 o'clock in the morning. Because it clearly states, according to you in that sign, that he can be prosecuted under law. So when the police turn up, wouldn't he have to arrest that old man for breaking the law? That's why there's no law, gentlemen. That's why it's a civil matter. To stop that mistake. Do you see where I'm going? Misinterpretation. You say the law is an arse. Well, there's a prime example of it. That's why they made it into a civil matter. Because if you went to private land, you're knowingly trespassing. You've been warned once at the front. Does that mean that the farmer or anybody with a building can prosecute you no matter what? If there's a car crash down the road or not? Because according to what you're saying in your egos, that means the law, the police would have to prosecute you. Doesn't matter if there's a crash down the road. You want them prosecuted and that's the end of it. But then they'd have to be prosecuted, wouldn't they, in the eyes of the law? Which wouldn't be seen as proper, would it? That's why there's no law, gentlemen. That's why it's a civil matter. To stop that type of mistake. I can print that right now. You could. It's nothing. It doesn't mean a thing. It's just a scare technique. Now, there's one thing I agree with trespass when it comes down to the police, and quite right, right? This is how you get it mixed up between 5 lads and myself, or other decent airbexers. If you're walking around somewhere, and then you walk off the property, you haven't trespassed, because you can only be trespassed when you've been asked to leave. When somebody comes up to you and says, it has to be a human being, obviously, comes up to you and says, what are you doing here? You're trespassing. The minute they say that word, that's it, you've been trespassed, you've got to leave. If you say, no, I'm staying here, get freaking lost, and the police turn up and the police say, well, what's going on? And the landlord says, well, I've asked him to leave and he told me to frig off. The police can then arrest you for breach of the peace, and quite right and all. That's why decent airbexers just go, yeah, we're leaving, and we'll walk out straight away. Because if you give anything back, that's breach of the peace. You're on somebody's private land. You told them to get lost. That's breaching somebody's peace. That person might want to sit in the front garden and read the paper. He doesn't want you tracing through, do they? You want to go back to reading the paper, you tell them to get lost. That's breaching someone's peace. I can understand that on the trespass and the police get involved then, and quite right. Right, the other thing, the camera, brand new. When I was making the video of the security guards down in the Albert Dock, I had it on the tripod, and as I'm talking to the camera, I made a mistake speaking to you. So I come off the record button, and I went out and pulled myself a Vim, so I didn't switch the camera off because it goes off on its own after about a minute. And that's how long it took me, less than a minute. I come back in, the camera was still on, put my Vim tool down, press record, stood back in front of the camera, and it's got that very distinctive noise, and I knew. Right? The camera was only 4 months old at the time as well, everybody. And I hear click, click, I thought, Jesus, no. And as I walk around the side of the camera, as I put my head around like that, it was flashing E6210. So we had the same problem that I had on the last camera. Remember the last time I came over the Isle of Man and it was shaky? That's what happened to that camera. And as you know, if you've been watching the channel long enough, it's terminal. So we had to get a new camera, this one. And that. When I sent the old camera back, it took over a week to get to them. And when it did, it turned up soaking, wringing wet because it had been left out in that storm. You know, the first thing I'm meant to do with this. It's a broken camera anyway, mate. Once it goes like that, it's finished. It's parts only or spares, you know what I mean? So I've got a brand new camera now. That's come through. And he said to me, if it goes, they'll give me a replacement. But if that goes, I'm going to go for a new camera.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
different
I
brand
do
or
like
something.
that different brand. Well, I'll stick with Sony, but
yeah.
I'll have to come off that camera because I can't be, I want to do recurring things.
No,
Because I've spent,
definitely not.
well, in total on them cameras now, nearly £1,000
Yeah.
on 3 cameras. Do you know what I mean?
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
It's just thinking, what it is, Sony had a problem with the cameras going from 2018, I think it was, he said to me, no, 2016 to 2019 when these were made, and other Sony cameras, it's not just this, on the zoom on it, it's a fault, and you can't rectify it because you don't know what it is that caused it. You know what I mean? You've just got to keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But this is new, so it should give me another 2 years, the first one did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give me another 2 years. And I just hope it doesn't go again. If it does. The other thing I want to say to everybody in the Isle of Man is this: if you're watching us do this, do not come out and do it. Don't grab your camera and your mate Julie or your mate John down to this farm, or we'll run round and we'll do it because you're not experienced in what you're doing. You know, me and Scott knows what he's doing because he's been doing URBEX for a while. We keep around though because we know the flaws, we know what to look out for, we know where not to stand, we know the colour of the wood and things like that, right? I've been doing this for a long time, right? I've been into thousands and thousands and thousands of buildings. But if you're not experienced and you pick this up over here and you want to go out, you'll walk into an abandoned building, you'll walk upstairs, you'll go to one of the rooms and you'll walk straight into the room, straight through the floor. You're going to fall down cricket the old stairs, you're not going to know what to look out for and stuff like that. So please don't do it over here. Don't do it. It's a bit hypocritical of me saying it, but I can't because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it worries me, you know. I don't want somebody getting hurt over here doing this because, you know, I grew up on the island, you know, I went to school here, but this is my home as well as Liverpool. I just don't want anybody hurting themselves and taking it off. If you don't want to go into an abandoned building because you think you might get criminal, it's trespass and I might be classified as a criminal, even if it's open, you can still get your phone out and point it through the window. There's stuff on the window ledges, that's all the box. I've just come in to show you that. What's your issue? And the building's abandoned. That's that paper from 1932. Yeah, there's stuff in the bird's room in there, mate, from 1910, I think it was, or 1918. See, the thing is, when we're all gone, right, say in 50, 60 years' time or whatever, all this is still going to be here. Because you're not going to do this building up, it's not fit for purpose. This will have to come down. That's why it's not even up for sale.
No, it's
I've
not.
checked everywhere. But there's also, you know, I want to show you the Manx history because nobody's ever done it. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to show you, know, you're Manx people. I want to show you the Manx history. What's the sign on that? Oh Christ.
Felt that floor move then.
That floor moved then. That's what you want though, mate. You want the floor to move a little bit because if it's stiff, that's when you go through it. If it's brittle. What's the date on that? 1952, right there. So this is what I want to show you. And don't forget, it's the Isle of Man, it's only a small place, so some places like this, you get addresses on it and I'll read the address out to you and you'll go, oh yeah, I know where that is. Do you know what I mean? I'm not in here to smash anything up. It's just ridiculous with people. It really upsets me. What's that? That's a shoe sole.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's an old shoe sole that from the 1940s.
What?
I think I had that in my last video. It's amazing that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, even like the newspaper downstairs, there's a newspaper downstairs that I found on the floor. The little tank's still there, the coins are still here. Everything that was here on my last video is still here. You don't take so much as a penny out of a abandoned building, because if you do, it's stealing. Simple as that. Stealing. Leave it all the way you found it. You just walk around. So you're not my photographs, maybe not my footprints. It's as simple as that.
Footprints and signatures.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean?
Dirty window, put your signature in it.
Yeah. But I'll take you over here now and just show you a little bit for those who might not have seen. Scott, do you want to follow me with your light, mate?
Come on.
Look at that. There's the ex-farmer's top there, see?
It's actually a suit. The pants are in there as
Yeah,
well.
suit and pants are there, yeah. Yeah, suit and pants. See all the old books, look. See, it's just historic stuff. that I want to show you. That's it. It's amazing, isn't it? Any date on that? High Street, London.
Look at the colour.
Colours on it, yeah, pop it. No, it might be at the back, maybe. No, that's not dated. Look at that though, that's a 1950s book, that. Yeah. Look at the photo there, that's amazing. Yeah. Oh, look at the old matchbox. Ah, it's still got the matches in it. It's still got the original matches. Wow, look at that. Jeez. That's amazing. Isn't it?
That's cool.
Seen the tin? Anyway.
Oh.
How old's that?
That was old, that.
Yeah. Amazing. Where's that gas mask?
Over there on the shelf.
Oh yeah. Yeah, do you want to put your torch off for me so I can see when I'm walking here? That's it. Over here, everybody, that's got found before, is a gas mask.
Part of it, anyway.
Part of it, see? Part of a gas mask.
I reckon that might have been something that you looked through.
Yeah.
Part of it.
Yeah, it looks like the black
strap.
stuff there. That was part of the mask is actually deteriorated.
Yeah.
It's all come apart. See the old floor as well, everybody. See, this is what I like showing you, stuff like this.
His old shoe.
An old shoe there, yeah. Wow.
Proper crusty.
Crusty, yeah. Yeah. Toffee cocktails. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if somebody's been up here, mate. I opened that box, but I would never leave that box like that. Just because somebody's come up and tipped that over. Right, should we head back out then?
Let's do it.
Right, everybody. I will see you back in Amy's in a bit. See you now for the sunset, everybody. Hey, lovely that, isn't it? In Castletown. Nice that. Amy just said she's just been sitting in the car watching it as we were in that building. Sorry about my little rant there, everybody, but I'm passionate about what I do. You know, I really am. And you don't get a tattoo to the side of your neck if you're not. You know. Yeah, so I had a little rant. So I apologise. I don't mean to offend anybody, but you know, people have to be told. I need a fucking release. So do you think that place we've just been in is owned by anybody?
No. No way.
Do you think it's been owned by anybody for the last 50 years?
No.
No. Can it be done up?
No.
Do you think it's abandoned?
100%. Not even 100%. 110%.
110%.
I wouldn't put my worst enemy in it.
Well, that's why no estate agents have got it. They've been up, they've looked at it and they thought, nah. You know what, sometimes some people with comments, they can be right. You know, everybody, lovely Castletown, the tree. Been here before, remember we just, this summer, was it? Lovely that, innit? Look at that. The scaffolding out the way. Nice. I'm gonna carry on watching the footage because I've got another chip to watch, and I need to clean the chips anyway for tomorrow, so I've got more room. So take it easy, stay safe, thanks for watching. I hope I haven't upset anybody or anything like that, but it had to be said. Of course, I'm not talking to my mainstream subscribers, absolutely not, because you watch me, you know what I do. I'm talking to a few others, you know, so yeah, I'll leave it at that. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning. For tomorrow's going to be epic, and of course I'll still got Monday as well to do for you. I'll sort something out. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.